The red hot housing market has started to cool, but the real question is, how cool is it going to get? Hi, this is Andrew with the S2 Real Estate team here in Frisco, Texas. And it's an interesting question, isn't it? Because everyone's got an opinion, everyone's got an idea, and there's all kinds of reports out there talking about an imminent housing market crash, and this is going to happen, and that is going to happen. And we're looking at 2007, 2008 all over again. And so I just wanted to record this video today to kind of give you some insights, share my own thoughts, and provide you some information, hopefully a little bit of perspective. Now, I'm not going to try and convince you one way or the other exactly what's going to happen, because the bottom line is nobody knows for sure. I do know that I myself have seen all kinds of reports over the last 2 weeks that says the Fed just busted the housing market, a crash is imminent, this is going to happen, that is going to happen, we're not going to crash, we are going to crash. And quite frankly, it's just confusing. And like I said, nobody knows for sure. I do know that when the pandemic hit, there were all kinds of reports out there talking about the pandemic is going to crush housing. Housing is doomed. And it wasn't. And, it's funny because it's almost as though the housing market's become a game, if you like. And it's not that at all. What I'm here to tell you today is that the right time for you to buy or sell a home is when it's the right time for you to buy or sell a home. Outside of hardcore investors, the vast majority of the people that we ever speak to buy a home based upon a life event: growing family, shrinking family, don't want to rent anymore, getting married, having a baby, getting a divorce, something along those lines. And that's the truth here. It's the same here, I should say. Now, without a doubt, mortgage rates have risen very quickly over the last few months, and that has absolutely taken the wind out of the real estate sales. You're also starting to see reports that home sales are down. They're down year over year. Pending sales are down. They are. But again, a little bit of perspective. It's important to remember that the past 2 years have not been a normal housing market. It's been absolutely white hot. The market has been on absolute fire. It's been going up and up and up like crazy. And we all knew that couldn't last. There's no way to keep that sustainability. It's just not possible. Affordability was getting out of control. It was crazy. Multiple offers, bidding wars on every single thing. We knew that couldn't last. So it isn't. It's now starting to cool. And now all of a sudden, rather than just what we were all hoping for happening, now the sky is falling. And it actually isn't. So with that in mind, what should you do? Well, everyone needs a place to live, right? Now, I can tell you that for Troy and I here at S2, the vast majority of buyers that we've spoken to over the last 3 weeks have called us wanting to buy because their lease is coming up for renewal. And they're suddenly finding that their landlord is wanting to raise their rent $400, $500, $600, $700 a month. And they're like, this is insane. This is crazy. And that's an important thing to keep in mind. Everyone, no matter what, needs a place to live. So you're either going to rent or you're going to buy. You're either going to own your own home or you're going to rent a home. Now, rents are going up. What we all have to watch out for is when the average rent in an area suddenly becomes a whole lot less expensive than the cost of buying the median priced home. That isn't happening here in Frisco currently. It's going to be different in different markets around the country. No one can turn around right now and say hard and fast, the overall market's going to do this. The market in Boise is going to perform different than the market in San Diego, which is going to be different than the market in Phoenix or the market in Miami or the market in Charlotte or the market here in Frisco and Prosper. They're all going to react a little bit differently over the coming months and year. What I do know is this: affordability has definitely been called into question more so than it has due to the rise in mortgage rates. There's a lot of people that qualified to buy a home 6 months ago that don't qualify now. So we're going old school. We're going back to the way it was. And I'm not talking to the way it was with funky mortgages and all of that prior to the previous crash. We're going back to a time when you may not be able to buy that 4-bedroom, 3,000 square foot home for your first home. You may have to settle for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, something that's more affordable. Live in that home for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, then sell, roll that equity into something else and move up from there. You're also going to start to see adjustable rate mortgages coming back. Not crazy liar loans, but standard adjustable rate mortgages that are going to allow someone to get in for a lower payment. The one thing I do know from a home buyer perspective is that the past year especially has been really, really difficult. Buyers are fatigued. They're tired of bidding wars. They're tired of multiple offers. And we're finally starting to see that abate a little bit. I can tell you, under 500,000 here in Frisco, we're still seeing bidding wars. We're still seeing multiple offers. We've lost out with buyers recently on those properties. Properties are still moving, but the builders are starting to get more inventory, which is a good thing. It means that there won't be long wait lists. It means that you're not necessarily going to have to, submit a bid on the new home. You'll be able to go under contract for a contract price. Now, for sellers, have you missed the market? No, not right now. You haven't, but more inventory is coming. The more inventory that we get, it also means that buyers have more choice. So what you've got in that situation is you've got a situation where you're not going to be able to just throw your home out there at any price and expect it to sell instantly. That's not going to happen. So you're going to have to work closely with your agent to put forward a game plan and actually price your home correctly. So again, let me just share some stats on our local market here with you and show you what's going on. Okay, this right here is a market report that Troy and I put out every single week. This is for Frisco, Texas. And what I want you to realize here is where we're currently at. This is updated all the time. So this market action index right here answers your question on how hot is the market. Now, we're currently running at an 88. Anything over a 30 indicates that the market conditions are more heavily in favor of sellers. So you can see as an 88, we are still in a market that more heavily favors sellers. Now, last month, that index was at a 96. The month before, it was at 100. I mean, the market was as hot can be. So again, has the market slowed? Has it cooled? Yeah, it has. But still, an 88 is still incredibly strong. Okay, you're also seeing here, and this is what's going to get people talking, the percentage of homes with a price decrease. 29% of homes currently are taking a price decrease before going under contract. That's not abnormal. Normally, somewhere right around 35% of homes take a price cut before they go under contract. So we're still underneath what would be considered normal. Under normal conditions, an inventory is still incredibly low, even though it is climbing. Now, a little while ago, I just mentioned rents. Take a look at this. I mean, the median rent here in Frisco is now at $3,095 a month. So rents are way up there. Now, when we look at inventory, just to put this into some perspective here, this is your average inventory. So as I said, inventory is climbing, which is good. It's good news for buyers. It's good news for sellers. This is your 7-day average. You can see just in May, we had 43 homes for sale. Now we're up to 300. But even though we're climbing, look where we were in June of 2020, 469. Let's go back to 2019, 914. So again, some perspective, even though we are starting to see more homes come on the market, we're still way, way below what we would normally see. And lastly, today, I just want to point out these market segments. This takes all of the homes currently in our marketplace for sale and basically divides that number by 4 and comes up with these market segments. So our top market segment is basically anything over 1.5 million. Our lowest market segment is at 475. Look at the days on market. I mean, on average, we're still right around 7 days for all segments except the top one, which is running at 14. I can tell you, even in my own neighborhood, I've seen more homes go up for sale in the last 3 weeks. And some of those homes are sitting on the market a little bit longer. You know, we've got a couple of them now approaching 21, 22 days on market. That is what you are going to see overall. That's just an indication of market conditions cooling. Okay, so right now, nothing in the advanced numbers or the advanced data that we're looking at here is indicating that we are going to crash per se. I even read a report from Fortune magazine this week. I saw a report this morning from CNBC saying the exact same thing, that this is not 2007, 2008 all over again. We are just seeing things slowly settle down and start to return to normal. Now, if you're not interested in what's going on specifically in the Frisco market, maybe you live in a surrounding area, you're in Prosper, Little Elm, McKinney, Plano, or maybe you're in another state, you're in one of the other areas and you're seeing this video, I'm going to put a link to this market report directly below in the description. And right here, you can put in any city or zip code in the country, and you can see exactly what's going on in that market. As a matter of fact, if you do that, when you get there, just go ahead and click that subscribe, and then you will receive an updated report each and every week directly to your email inbox. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Again, I just wanted to provide a little bit of perspective. The market's definitely cooling. Right now, that's not a bad thing, but only you can make the decision that's best for you. And if you have additional questions or a situation that you want to talk through, please don't hesitate to reach out. Troy or I are always happy to talk to you. You can give us a call at 469-296-5230 or send an email to contact@s2realestateteam.com.